So I just want to say, starting this off, hopefully everybody had a great Christmas. This is the third time I've had to take this take because I haven't made a video properly in like a month or something like that. And I've said, hopefully everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving like two separate times. And I was like, wait, what am I doing? It's like the end of December. I've had to work nonstop for the last couple weeks. It's been like 3 weeks working about 70 hours a week, and I'm just really, really tired. And Christmas is kind of crazy because I had to go up to Fresno, which I live in LA, so it's like a good about a 6-hour drive, just to go see my kid and pick her up and everything like that. So I've been a little busy, a little occupied. Whenever I got home from work every day, I would just crash on my bed and pass the fuck out for a couple hours and get up and half-ass play my video game that I do. I just haven't really had time. And now my daughter's here, so I'm gonna be a little busy with her as well. But I'm gonna be back to making videos now because I've work is kind of slowing down a little bit because Christmas time is over, so it's gonna be okay, and I'm gonna be back to doing what I want to do. So that's why I did the Sonic Chew 102 because I knew that was gonna be a big video, and I was hoping that might hold some people over for a little while. Because I do get like comments occasionally. It's like, "Where are you? Are you dead? Are you okay? Are you dying?" Blah. If it's not on YouTube, I get people like messaging me on fucking Instagram. I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, dude, stop! What are you doing, bro?" But no, overall, I had, I guess you could say, a somewhat okay Christmas. I actually recorded something last night when I was in a hotel up in Fresno, and I recorded like an entire conversation I had with a UFC fighter, where we were like kind of going back and forth at each other, and he was like threatening me and shit. And it was pretty funny. And I was thinking about it. I was like, boy, I could ruin your entire life if I just upload this video, and I don't know if I should because like I don't like, believe it or not, I live to fuck up people's like existence. Like I get off on that kind of stuff. But I'm feeling a little generous because it's the holidays. And imagine losing your job and your business and everything like on Christmas. I don't know. And maybe I'm maturing. Maybe this is like advanced BazzB, advanced Justifer. I don't know. But some goals I wanted to get done by this year did not come into fruition. I had a set plan from January of last year to hit 3,000 subscribers, and overall, I think I got about 400 subs this year, which is pretty good, right? Like I'd like to think it was pretty good. If I was actually doing a good job on this fucking channel from the get-go, and if I actually uploaded my fucking videos from the start, I'd be much higher than what I am. But it also, at the same time, if I did that, I'd have to watch what I say, and I don't like that. So I kind of like being where I'm at now. It's like a comfortable number, and also like subs don't really fucking matter. I just wanted to have a set goal for something for me to do for myself on my channel because I really love my YouTube channel. It's one of the few things I really do care about generally, and I don't know. I kind of like, doing, obviously I like doing reactions on here, and then I like making meme videos and just poking fun at things and adding commentary. I had a couple of things I actually did get to do this year. I had plans for. I had my podcast, which I kind of got lazy with, which it's kind of hard to do a podcast by yourself. Like, it's so much easier and better if you have like somebody to bounce off of, and I don't have any friends that I can like truly trust or rely on to do a podcast with, unfortunately. And also, like, the things I wanted to talk about, it's like, I guess not very interesting for some people, but I find it fucking fascinating. But also I do things for me, not necessarily for you. So, it is what it is. Um, I have the movie Police, which I've been thinking about doing for a while because if you don't know this, I really like cinema. I really like movies. I really like anything that involves film. I used to want to be a film director, which is why I make YouTube videos. It's my way of doing what I wanted to do without having to go to school for it, which is good because in Hollywood, if you want to get big, you have to, and I don't feel like doing that, especially to get any kind of role. So, um, it is what it is, right? But I don't know, like the movie Police, it's something I had a feeling like I thought would be like really fun to do. Is just kind of, I didn't know if I wanted to make like a new podcast where I talk about movies with some friends about it. Like we'd watch a movie and then we would just talk about the movie, or if I just watch a movie and I just give my opinion on it, because I kind of criticize a lot of movies, right? And like especially the MCU, like people lose their fucking shit when I criticize the fuck out of the MCU. I like it's to the point where I don't even care about this new Spider-Man movie. I have no interest in seeing it because if you haven't noticed anything about these new Marvel Spider-Man movies, there hasn't been a single one where he's actually had his own villain. They've always been Iron Man villains. And now that this new one, they're still not even his villains. They're fucking Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's fucking villains. He still doesn't get his own. And I guess this is now like his new origin story or some shit. But I'm like, but you've been Spider-Man for a while now. Like, what the fuck? Like, you saved the world, helped save the world against Thanos, and it's still part of your origin story. Like, people eat that shit up, and I'm over here like, that's just stupid. Like, where the fuck do you go from here? Like, you help defeat Thanos, and now you got some like neighborhood guy stealing, robbing from a bank. That's where you become Spider-Man. Like, no, I'm good. I don't want to watch it. It's just dumb. Like, it sounds really fucking dumb to me. And I know like a lot of people don't like it when I say things about the MCU, but it is what it is. Like, I love criticizing movies because I feel like a lot of movies just get the pass because they have a bunch of like CGI budget money involved, or they got some like high profile names. And I feel like that's what the movie place would be about, is where I just kind of like pick apart that. Like, everyone ate up that Venom too. Venom is my favorite fucking comic book character of all time. I hate comic book characters. I hate comics. I hate superheroes. I hate supervillains because they're all the same fucking thing. They all do the same fucking thing. I like Venom. I always liked Venom since like the 90s when I was a kid watching the old 90s Spider-Man cartoon. I've always loved Venom. But the movies are bad, dude. Like, they're so fucking bad. Like, we dead ass. Like, I haven't seen No Way Home or whatever the new Spider-Man fucking movie is. But I think it's funny, like, I guess, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, I've read up on it because that way I'd save a couple bucks going to the movie. Um, if you don't want to hear the spoiler, just exit now, but it's a Marvel movie, so you probably already fucking seen it. Like, who are we kidding? At the end of the movie, there's an end credit scene or whatever where Eddie Brock is, like, I guess in Mexico or some shit, and he's drinking and he's, like, talking about Thanos, that I guess he's just like, wait, there's a purple guy? And he leaves some of the symbiote on the counter. And I'm like, you didn't even have to do that, but I understand that was probably Sony doing it so they can get some more money off of this. Not necessarily Marvel, because Marvel could have easily just, brought in Topher Grace with his Venom from Spider-Man 3, which, controversial opinion, I thought that was a better Venom than the new Eddie Brock one that we got with, the fuck's his name? Bane or whatever, the guy that played Bane. I don't think he's a good actor, so I don't try to remember his name. I know a lot of people are going to get mad about that, but it's true. I don't really think he's a good actor. He doesn't do a good job as Eddie Brock. I kind of at least like Topher Grace as Eddie Brock because it was like a more realistic version of Eddie Brock in my opinion, but it's whatever. I mean, Peter Parker's a nerd. I like that they made him a nerd as well. He was basically the same thing as Peter Parker, but they were opposites. Like, I dug that. Um, I don't know. Well, why did this become a Spider-Man video? I don't know. I had, like I said, I had a lot of goals for this year, and I just want to say thank you, everybody who has watched my videos, everyone who's left a like, everyone who has commented, everyone who's even disliked my videos. You're not hurting me by doing that. It's just funny that you would do that. I mean, it's okay. You're like, hey, I don't agree with you, dislike, and I'm just like, you're still promoting the video, bro. It's like on the shoe on head video I made that kind of went semi-viral, not really, but kind of, not, everyone's just leaving dislikes and they're just like, fuck you, and I'm like, okay, well, you're circulating the video for me, so thank you. More people are now going to find out that she got naked and took a bunch of pictures, so welcome to clown world. You're the entire circus, my man. But yeah, just, thank you guys, everyone who's kept up with me, paid attention to me, commented, interacted with me, subscribed, followed me, everything. That's just been great. I generally do appreciate it. I know I'm kind of a difficult person to deal with or listen to, or just controversial at times, because I piss more people off than people generally flock towards, if that makes sense. Like, more people get upset with what I have to say, like that UFC fighter, for instance. I'm not going to touch the whole thing over it, but basically, if you guys ever, there's a YouTube channel that I discovered fairly recently called like Street Beefs, where it's like these like wannabe fucking people basically want to practice MMA or whatever, but they keep it really friendly and like respectful. And these two dudes fought, right? One guy dislocated his fucking arm, so he knocked the other guy out by flinging his arm that was dislocated and punched him with a busted up arm. The other guy went down. I was like, holy shit, that was fucking cool. Here comes the MMA guy. He's some Ugandan guys. All I can think of is like Ugandan Knuckles talking to this man. But like this guy got fucking mad that I would sit there and say that, and he's like, "Well, that's not a real fight. A real fight's like whenever that there's not like any of this amateur shit, and you have to have a referee or whatever." And I was like, "Actually, a real fight's whenever you fight to the death. A real fight's not going to sit there and have people break up the fight. If you're going, well, if you really want to fight somebody, you're going to fight them. You're not going to sit there and stop because you hear a bell ring." This dude got so mad he jumped to my DMs and he was just like talking all this shit. And he wants me to sign a contract with him so he can fight me. And I was like, bro, all you gonna do is make me famous and jumpstart my career if I did that. Like, yeah, sure, there'll be some people that laugh at me or whatever. That's fine, but all you're gonna do is make me fucking famous, and I want you to give me a shout out on TV. Like, all that's gonna fucking happen. So, if anything, you're gonna sign me $1 million check. I'll be on Dr. Phil. I'm making money, and I'm gonna be laughing at you because you lose your job. There's more to it. Obviously, I'm not gonna touch on everything. I'm not even gonna say the name of this man, but it's funny though. Yeah. I don't know. I don't. Like I said, this video's gone on, I guess, 11 minutes too long. I probably spent half of that bitching about Spider-Man, and that's perfectly fine, because, fuck the MCU. Goals for next year, I will make a video talking about my goals for 2022. One of the goals I will go ahead and address now, I want to make a video with my opinion on every MCU movie, and I will even voice opinions on ones that I will not see. I'll just go off of what I understand about it, because I will not watch a fucking movie to give my opinion on it, if it's part of the MCU, because I don't care about supporting the mouse. That's just me. Anyways, thank you guys very much. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. I don't care if you do or don't. It's just funny either way. And I will see everybody in the next video officially. Thank you very much again. Merry Christmas to all, and have a good night.